Working for yourself can seem intimidating and scary under the best of circumstances, but when you add on the pressure that you might be putting on yourself to earn six figures or more while you start working for yourself, it becomes overwhelming. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about that shift from 9-to-5 work into self-employment. And what we're discussing today is so important. There are lots of ways to enjoy a nice, cozy, comfortable, maybe even early retirement by working a 9-to-5. But if you want that like fat cat lifestyle, there are very few paths to it in a 9-to-5 world. However, working for yourself can afford you a lot more opportunities in this regard. So let's dive in and see what those look like for you. Hi, welcome back. I'm Christina Scalera. I'm here at my Colorado house, looking at a beautiful range of 14,000 foot mountains, 14ers right now as I'm filming. So I could not be any happier. I am so glad you're here today because for the past 7 years of my life, I have been working for myself. And actually I've been self-employed and, unemployed since 2014-ish. So I've been doing this for quite a bit of time, and I've seen what really works in terms of hitting that fast cash, hitting that sustainable cash, and combining the two. So if you are interested in a sustainable career for yourself that doesn't rely on a boss or an office or any of the other ick that comes with working a 9-to-5, this is what we're going to be diving into today. If you're just getting started as an entrepreneur, the best thing that you can offer are high ticket services. These are the best to start with because there's no overhead to beginning a service-based business other than an internet connection and hopefully to keep it cozy, your own laptop and phone, and just basically the tools that you would need to provide the services that you've promised. However, you do not need an office space. You don't need to go out and buy any kind of fancy equipment. Service-based businesses rely on you and your knowledge, your expertise. And honestly, whether you need internet is kind of debatable. I've been here, this is a new construction home, and I haven't had internet for almost 3 weeks now. So hi, hello, how are you? In order to identify what your high-ticket service-based business should be based around, you're going to want to look at two different things. The first thing is, what do you actually want to do? What do you like providing? What are you good at? What are your unique talents and skills? As an example, when I first started looking at different options for being an entrepreneur, one of the paths I saw was to be a graphic designer, but I didn't even know how to open Photoshop. So while that was a very short-lived career decision, it was helpful to teach me that not only do you have to have a passion for something, you also have to know what you're actually doing in order to provide that service to clients. The second thing you need to supplement that passion and expertise is to solve an expensive problem for someone. So people will pay a lot of money to have these big expensive problems taken care of for themselves. And it doesn't have to be an actual financial expense. It could be a time or an anxiety or depressive expense that someone's suffering. The more intense that pain and that suffering is, the more that someone is going to pay you to get them out of that position and into a happier, better place. So for example, providing social media graphics is not going to be as painful of a proposition as getting a sales page up that needs to be done by tomorrow. You'll want to keep this in mind as you're providing high ticket services, because as you are doing so, some of these things might be time sensitive in order to alleviate that pain of your client faster, therefore making it more likely that they're going to pay you a higher salary for the job that you're doing. Just to recap so far, if you want to hit six figures or more in your first year of entrepreneurship, it isn't super hard to do if you can get those two conditions right, which is your passion and talent combined with a painful problem that people are excited to have solved. Okay, but real talk, because you are watching this, you're still finding value in it, you haven't shut it down yet, so why are you not subscribed? I mean, the least you could do is just hit that like button. The second thing you're gonna do to make sure that you are consistently hitting six figures every year in this new entrepreneurial career that you are developing is to keep expanding your customer base. Now, there is something that happens universally across every industry, no matter what the offer at the end of the table is for sale. And that is, people just don't effing talk about what they actually offer in their business. And I'm guilty of it too. I do the same exact thing. Like, you guys probably don't even know that I have Launch Your Shop Academy or the S4 sales system that teaches you how to sell sustainably, like on demand all the time. Now you do. But I always forget to talk about it. My clients forget to talk about what their offers are. And honestly, these big brands that are out there trying to rack their brains about what kind of marketing they should do, they should stop worrying so much, because the biggest, most important thing Sorry, that was my dragon. The biggest, most important thing you can do is make sure that you are consistently just reminding people that you simply exist. When they encounter the problem that you solve, they are going to think of you first. So you don't have to try as hard as you think around marketing and sales. You just have to keep being annoying and popping up in their feeds and being in front of their TikTok and all that good stuff, just reminding them that, hey, I'm here and here's what I do. That's it. People make it so much harder than it has to be, but that's really all you have to do in order to keep expanding your customer base is just keep popping up where people are hanging out. Once you have those awesome customers and clients, be sure to ask them who else is awesome like them. Could they refer anyone to you? I've written to clients and I've said exactly that. Hey, I don't write this email to everybody, but I'm writing it to you because I love working with you. Do you know anybody else that could use this kind of service in their life or their business right now? Super simple. How long was that? Like maybe 2 sentences? It's not about like writing a whole dissertation about why they should give it. Just ask people for the referral. Don't make it complicated. Don't make it hard. Be conversational about it. And only ask the clients that you actually enjoy working with. Like if you have a real nightmare client, what are the chances that they are friends with people that you're really gonna like to work with? Slim to none. Number 3, this is something that is so overlooked, and I know I did it completely the wrong way when I got started in business, and that is to diversify your income streams. So we've talked a lot about how to hit that first 6 figures and keep it going, but what you will want to do after that first year or so in business, when you finally start to get a little hang of it, right? You got like more or less the same emails going out to clients. You have a good flow, you know, like Fridays are light, Mondays are heavy, that kind of thing. That's when you're going to want to start to think about different things you can do to diversify the income that's coming in. So it's not just all based on clients. It's not all just you trading your time for the work that you're providing for the clients. This is when you're going to want to start to think about any kind of marketing content that you're doing as not just helping your business out, but it could be affiliate or UGC type created content where you're throwing in a couple extra complementary products that support the services that you're offering. So for example, I'm wearing my Funnel Gorgeous shirt. I'm an affiliate for FG Funnels and Funnel Gorgeous, which I have linked down below if you want to get a special discount and offer to get signed up with them today. They're who we run all of our funnels through. It's an amazing software, completely woman-led. I mean, I could go on and on about them. But just like that, just like how I just did, you could be talking about the complementary services and software and products that really add to the experience that you're providing for your clients. For example, on this channel, I teach you a lot about how to create your digital products and passive income, but I don't actually have a software that does that. So that's where FG Funnels comes in, and you can put your digital products on that software and sell all the time, 24/7. Now, here's where I went wrong with diversifying my income. I wish that I had also known that diversifying your income can mean income streams outside of business. And for the longest time, I completely slept on retirement accounts and brokerages like investing in stocks and real estate because I just thought they were going to be too hard. I thought I had to have more money or more assets or more time to learn about these things, but in reality, it would have been really easy for me to get started with a retirement fund, which actually, this is exactly how I did it. I went to Charles Schwab, who I am not an affiliate for. Feel free to pay me though. Hey, hi, I use you all the time and I recommend you a lot, Charles Schwab app. But I opened up the Charles Schwab app at 3 a.m. and I put my first $5 deposit and then automated weekly transfers of $5 into a Roth IRA that I opened at Charles Schwab. Now, you might already have one of these accounts open, but if you're not regularly contributing to this, start with $1, $5, whatever the minimum is, or if you want to go above and beyond that, that's even better. But whatever you do, make sure that you are diversifying into different kinds of accounts, and there's lots of different options as far as where you can open them. Vanguard, Fidelity, Schwab, these are all low-cost brokerages that don't typically take a large fee when you're using the accounts that they will provide for you. Had I known that this was so easy to do, I would have done it way sooner. And it's one of my biggest regrets in life is not starting this account like way early. But no matter what age you are right now, it is never too late to start saving for any kind of extra things that you want in your life, including a beautiful retirement that you get to enjoy. Another way to diversify is through real estate, right? Like if you can rent out a room, or if you can get a duplex or any kind of extra space that you can rent out that's on your property, that can be really, really helpful in terms of creating something called cash flow, which is just money coming in as you are paying off that note, that mortgage. So for example, the first year you might be break even, but after 5 years, rents have gone up and now you are charging more for rent, which means that your mortgage is more than covered after just 5 short years. Plus, that whole time you've been building equity, which is just a fancy word for basically how much money your house is worth, but like to you, if you need to access any of like that house worth. So do not forget about opportunities outside of your business to diversify your income. Because once you're invested in a Roth IRA or a brokerage account, you can go ahead and invest the money that's in those accounts into your favorite stocks like Tesla or real estate trusts if you want to do that, or index funds, whatever you want to do, you can invest that. And that's a much better bet in my experience than trying to invest in just like buying single stocks on Robinhood or something. That's kind of like gambling. I don't know, I'm not about it. Okay, so fourth and finally, now that you have a beautiful business that's up and running and supporting you, you are actually gonna wanna take a break, right? You don't wanna burn out, you wanna take a vacation. Maybe you have other things going on in your life. Like my husband, he's in the military, so if I wanna go see him while he's deployed, I wanna have the ability to step away from my business operations and still have it bringing in that income. And so what you are going to do in this fourth step of wealth building as an entrepreneur is make sure that you are outsourcing properly and efficiently. The first way to do that is make sure that anything that can be put onto software or automated is. This is the biggest pain in the ass step when it comes to running your business, is just setting these automations up, whether they're client emails that go out or funnel emails or whatever you're working on. This is like guaranteed the thing that you're going to drag your feet on and procrastinate for months, and then you're going to do it and you're just going to say, why didn't I do that sooner? Why? This was so easy and now this is just running on autopilot for me. Like, what a gift. So make sure you do that, because it's like hiring someone but without the actual cost of hiring them. And once you've maximized the possibilities there, that's when you're going to want to start to actually hire some contractors or employees for your business. Personally, I would always start with an operations person. And everyone likes to start with virtual assistants, but I actually think you should start with someone running your business first. That way they can go out and they can find the virtual assistants that they work really well with. And if they see a need for something else, like maybe graphic design or a YouTube video editor, they can go out and find and fill those positions for you so that you don't have to do that work. So they really become like the hub that all the spokes of your business are running off of. Just to give you an idea of how amazing this will make your life. The way that I have always run my businesses, well, since I discovered operations amazingness, is I have always primarily communicated with only my operations director, who is Nicole Boucher, by the way. She has Pixie Dust and Profits, which is an amazing podcast you should go and listen to. I talk to her and she is the one who really makes things happen. So it's kind of like I'm just like, hey, this is what I want to do for March, or like, this is what I want to make sure that happens this year. And she's like, got it. And she helps us to create a project plan and then work through that project plan by either giving that work to me where appropriate, or if it's better served with some kind of expert like a graphic designer, because we already established I'm not good at that. She is going to go out and find the right person to outsource that to. She's also making sure that everything is happening, that all the emails are being answered, that all the funnels are working properly, and she's coordinating all the people that I'm hiring. So basically, she is running my business in the most amazing way. It's the only way that you're ever going to be able to step away and like have a ski day, is with somebody else having those eyes on your business. Now, operations professionals are not the least expensive. Usually virtual assistants are chosen before you go out and hire like an ops director or an online business manager, someone in that kind of elevated role in your business, because it's more expensive to hire someone who has more expertise. However, what I will say is that typically I find the ROI is very, very quick from hiring someone in the operations area of my business, because not only are they able to take all the stuff off my plate, give me more time, give me more white space to come up with some really good, very profitable ideas, they also make sure that everything is running smoothly so that when you do get new customers and clients, they are super satisfied and excited about the experience they had, which means they're going to go out and tell all of their friends. about you and your brand. So really, in a way, if someone is really good at what they're doing in this operational role, they're kind of in a marketing role too, because they're creating all these referrals for you. For anybody that wants to work when they want to and not when they have to, self-employment is the new 9 to 5. It is the way to go, hands down. And if you want to build massive wealth, like I'm not talking about just like you're putting away the maximum in your retirement every month or year. I'm talking about like fat, like people flying on private planes, people driving really nice cars, people donating to whatever philanthropical cause that they want, whenever they want. The only way I've seen people successfully do this is through self-employment, which then becomes a company, which then becomes a brand, which then becomes an international phenomenon. Now, of course, there are exceptions to this, and you can drop them in my comments below, but what I will say is that it is much more difficult to work your way up through a corporate ladder because it takes a lot of politics and luck and just guessing that you're networking with the right people and going to after work softball, basketball games. Like, I'm not about that life. I want to have the freedom to begin work at 10 a.m. or 12 if I didn't get a lot of sleep the night before. So I really prefer having that just complete freedom over my time and also my money, because there is no glass ceiling. Once you figure out what kind of services you're going to offer, they can be infinitely scalable as long as you're getting the right team and operations and software in place. So let me know in the comments below what you're thinking about in terms of the business idea that you want to create, because I really do love working with you guys and just kind of helping you figure some of that stuff out. Consider it free coaching, because I do get back to every single comment. And if you don't want to wait to interact with me through the comment section, I have lots of other videos all about ideas for your business and your digital products, like literally listing them out for you to inspire and help you brainstorm all of the things that you need to get this started. So make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and go watch some of those videos. There's a little search bar when you go into YouTube, and you can just type in product ideas and you can get lots and lots of product ideas from my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.